Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. We have for you from the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament 2025 a brackets round 2 game 2 matchup between jkoper and Paratroopa. On tracking, we have BKPKT Patrick. I am VT Slacker, and joining me in the commentary booth is Elendar. How you doing, Elendar?
I'm doing good. We're back. We were here yesterday for game one. We're back for game two. And it's going to be hopefully just as good. An absolute heartbreaker on the last one for Para, taking a game over on Dark Link to go down one game in this best of three. I will, of course, be rooting for Para because we're always rooting for more Z2R. It's the
Yeah,
two
you definitely
things
don't want to see the
every fan, every commentator has to vote for, right? More Z2R and more chaos.
play. Just feel bad that that game over kind of decided this set, but we'll see
Yeah,
as they get started.
a Dark Link is, we pretend it's free. It is only mostly free. And we're off in a mountainous biome. Oh, baby. Runner's stuck on the bad side of Saria, so not going to get there yet. Although probably this cave goes through. Yeah, that cave looks like it just goes through the other side, so rip Bagu's letter being important.
Check out a couple of the caves on this side first, though.
Yeah, might as well get everything on this side before going across. Ooh, Para takes a boomerang before getting the heart. We're hopefully gonna save his death until after the heart. He might just walk it out. Could just up A here too. Lots of options.
They're having some trouble in this trophy cave.
Yeah, Para almost certainly now gonna up A after having taken 2 deaths. There's that bot. Yeah, just get the heart up A. You're out of there, and not really gonna, honestly, not gonna lose that much time because that up A save a little bit of time versus walking out. Just means she's gonna do this counterclockwise. jkoper going clockwise into a pillar P back cave, and boy, this is a junction.
Not finding anything.
Yeah, a lot of paths, not a lot of stuff. Hey, 200, that's stuff. We're not going to push that up to attack 2, just taking some safety levels. A nice start for Koper on any key. Any key can be a scary item to start with because it puts all the palaces into logic and can potentially force you into some difficult early palaces, but I'm sure jkoper is going to have no problem with that.
And also gives you the worry, do I go to palaces early?
Yeah. Well, good news for people who don't like to do early palaces. It's a P4 early, so probably not going to want to do that one regardless. Although, you know, it's been a while, but we have seen a couple forced double dip. Ooh, I think that was a glove hint, but I missed what it was.
No, it was Guma sits on the boots.
Guma sits on the boots.
That's
Okay,
not
that's also good. Old Kasudo has the trophy.
But Guma,
And
that's not where you put boots. They go on your feet, not your butt.
And that trophy could be good because it gives jump spell. jkoper found a way over. There's like a little coast here on the east side. That could mean there's a raft tile or a bridge or something on that side. It's always, you know, you don't always see a whole bunch of water in mountainous biomes. So when you do, you gotta keep your eye out for, well, the raft has to spawn next to water. That could be part of that.
Oh no, jkoper is still in the west. He found a cave to Death Mountain. but I think just came
Yeah, he's
back.
in the east side of the west.
Oh, east side of the
Sorry.
west. Yeah, of course,
He's
our
in the
fun
like.
with directions.
Yeah. They wish the continents had a little bit better names, but is what it is. Yay. Go west to find the magic key, as is traditional. Yeah, he's in like the central east area of this mountain. There's like a whole coast over here. Unfortunately, no boots. Those are in P5. They're getting
Here.
kind of beat up on the swamp.
Yeah. Moblin and the red Dyro at the same time in swamp, which makes it harder to even get close to attack them.
Meanwhile, jkoper finds Bagu on the bridge. I have no idea what that was.
I'm watching the replay. It's the fire spell.
Fire spell. Okay, it can be kind of hard to see on jkoper's hardware. He's so quick with it, and it's a little blurry. jkoper decides to go back west. I got our second palace here. It's a 3 or 6. It's got 2 items. Elevator going down. It's a 6. Alright, so Parrot didn't find anything useful. Hey,
Whoa,
that's a glove.
Peekaboo.
Yeah, jkoper immediately taking advantage of these coordinate-based palaces to be like, wait a second, I can just go around for that glove. Let me do that.
But that's the exact reason those rooms were created.
Give you a little bit of benefit to going around. Of course, going around might be easy, might be hard. Although, I think this room goes down.
I would think so, or it'd have to be some way to get to that side.
Yeah, there does have to be some way to get to the other side. It doesn't have to be easy. Could require you to go around. Okay, yeah, this drops down, and then you can go. Hey, and he'll be able to, well, I was going to say he'll be able to get that key on his way out, but doesn't need it.
You needed to drop into a dead end on this side, so you have to go around all the way around the other way, like loop around from the right. That would have been fun, but I don't think it would just make it that way.
So no glove hunt like we had last time. Parrot took that pass-through cave to get to the other side of Saria, so gonna get something nice here. Go east to find the mirror, okay. Just a pea bag under the table, but at least enough for a level.
Just taking people's wallets that they left underneath the table.
I mean, would it be a Zelda game if you didn't run into their house and rob them?
That's only if they keep it in a jar. Under the table should be sacred.
There could be pots under there, you don't know. Okay, investigating how much these red iron knuckles are worth. Tell you what's worth investigating. How bad attack 1 is. Koper finds the boss, but probably hoping to get another attack level before going there. Attack 2 is going to take a long time. This is good. There's a red iron knuckle here, potentially a pea bag at the end of the dead end. I might have attempted to go down there. Yeah, there is a second item in here, but I'm sure jkoper wants that item, and I'm also sure that he doesn't want to do attack 2 Barba if he can help it.
Yeah, if he had a higher attack level, you'd think he would have defeated Barba first, then look for the second item.
Yeah, probably. Man, Magic 2, unfortunately, fire is 65, 1 point away from being castable.
Okay, I haven't been paying close attention to what Pear's doing. I think we saw what happened where it was one cave into Death Mountain and a different cave back out.
Yeah, so we're going to be going through that mountain. but jkoper finds this is a dead end. I'm sure he was hoping for a level up off that red iron knuckle, but both enemies giving him drops and not experience. That is rude. And not even a P bag at the end of the dead end. So jkoper got an extra life, I think, at some points. He's down to 2 lives remaining. Maybe this Doom Knocker will do it. Nope.
Nope. Down to 1 life remaining.
At this point, this is where you go say screw it and just go do attack 2 Barba maybe. Oh man, this is rough. And he gets knocked.
Doom Knockers are hit hard, and they take a lot of hits to take down.
Yeah, jkoper saying, all right, forget that noise. I'll come back with some more experience. Meanwhile, Para working her way down the coast and just finding some nice stuff that Para already found. Oh, that's what this maze is immediately boot blocked.
So where's the raft tile then? Because we have to get east somehow.
Yeah, have we seen... Oh, P5 is in the west. We've seen P5. Para has that mark in her tracker that P5 is in the west, so that could be progression as well. Just go do P... I was talking earlier about, you get Magic Key early and it sort of forces you into hard palaces whether you like it or not, and that might be our progression, is go do P5 at 2-2-3 for both runners.
And now I'm starting to think routing wise, do you try to clear out all 3 on the west first, because you're gonna pretty much end up going Maze Island then to east, but that's a tall task to
one
go
of
4,
one
5,
of the
6.
One of the western palaces is 4, so barring a reflect spell being available pretty soon, not going to be able to clear that one. But yeah, I mean, there may not be a choice. I mean, give it a choice between if I know I'm gonna do 5 and 6, give it a choice. I'm gonna do 6 first and then 5.
Yeah, but if you have to come back for 4, then I wouldn't be surprised. Go into 5, just grab the boots and then get out, because you're gonna have to come back here anyway.
Depends on how accessible those boots are. Also, really cruel, the possibility that those boots are glove blocked. You might have to do what Koper did. Go in, pick up a glove, leave, go to P5, go pick up the boots, leave. Para was trying to get that set of enemies to despawn, doesn't quite make it. jkoper finding the grass tile the Para found earlier, picking up a shield spell, wishing he had that earlier, I'm sure. Looking for anti-Doom Knocker technology. Reflect is best, but shield is pretty good. jkoper, he's got the medicine. He could turn it in for a P bag, declining. Probably going to save that for when he comes back with Jump or Fairy. Speaking of fairy, he is a fairy cave.
No fairy, so...
I don't think that goes anywhere important anyway.
So Patrick in chat, our tracker, is saying there's still 2 caves remaining. I know we saw one. There was a cave with a boulder in front of it. I don't know if that's a pass-through or not.
jkoper finds the other connection to Death Mountain, and at this point he is probably curious enough. Yeah, he's gonna at least take a look here. Open enough spaces is probably vanilla-like. A little sad not to have the boots for one of these, but they tend to be the easiest random DM. Certainly without the boots. If you have boots, Islands is, of course, a joke.
Looks like he's gone through all the section you can get to without going through a cave.
Yeah, those boots are just increasingly looking like they are just the key to the scene. And I understand no one wants to do 5 at 2, 3, 4, but
Do you want to do DM?
Do
you want to do DM in the dark?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably just try to make it work and do palaces. It's a little easier. They have shield spell now. Yeah, Para says, all right, I got this hint, I'm doing palaces. Oh, okay, wow, the glove was completely free, and here we are. All you had to do was be brave enough to stick your head in, and you are rewarded some free boots. And Para probably thinking that Koper probably did this right away, and I'm way behind.
Gave a little dance.
That he is in the lead right now. Who knows how long it's going to be before Koper goes back into that 5. But these boots unlock DM, they unlock the maze, they unlock access to the rest of this coast, is potentially blocking our remaining items here in the west.
Here's one of them.
Yeah, this was boots blocked. One of those things where, that could have been, there were 3 items in that 5, could have been absolutely buried in there. But sometimes the scene's nice. And good news for Koper fans. He is also going into 5. And will immediately have the boots, and I suspect immediately leave as well. You can do it if you want, but you gotta be real confident in your Guma to decide now is the time to plow through this.
And fire is a spell? Because I think they don't have the spell normally, so.
Yeah, I think so. And it went from 65 at Magic 2 to 63 at Magic 3. Only a 2-point reduction, but a critical one.
Nothing game-breaking from the fire spell.
Yep. All right. So Para just making sure she's got everything, and so both runners kind of even at this point. Are we going to do DM? Are we going to do maze?
I think it would be maze. The easier of the 2 options.
Yeah, Para has seen that bridge to the maze. I think she's probably just looking to see, hey, where's this last item in the west? And yeah, I would say get up on that coast and check all the way up and all the way down. If you didn't find something before and it's hiding, it's probably hiding on the coast. And this definitely does look like it.
Maze Island has a 0 item P1.
All the items are hiding in P5 today. Not allowed anywhere else. Alright, race invalid. Para does not want Bagu's letter.
And there's the raft pile.
Change your eye. There we go. Hey!
Well, because you have to go back through to that side of the west. I would think Saria would be faster than either going through a transport cave or walking around.
I think it's just fairy cave that you're going through. So the cave is probably faster, but if Para finds a mirror somewhere on the east, then you could sort of kill two birds with one stone that way. It's probably worth picking up for that reason. So jkoper did find the raft tile in the maze. Probably going to head back there in a second.
Yeah, I would think you'd save P1. There's no items in it, so there's no reason to do it now.
Yeah, the only reason to do it now is if you really just think it's going to be a good source of experience.
Yeah, you're going to have to come back through this way anyway, because GP is going to be in the east, so.
Yeah. Stabbing, 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 stabbing. His attack 2 is, as usual, not great. Alright, so Coper finding his second item, taking the shortcut on the outside of the maze, and is going to be rafting away. This has got to go east now, right? We've seen all the other connectors?
Yep.
Does in fact. Hey, there's our fairy spell. But we haven't found the water yet, so not going to be able to pick that up, unfortunately. Maybe we'll get vanilla water. Maybe it will be kind to our runners.
Nope.
Oh. It's hanging out in New Kasuto. Oh, but that fountain was electrically powered. This is the town of great things. Are we gonna get a hint to finish it out? We do not. Can't win them all.
So, just need to know where Reflect's at.
Speaking of mirrors earlier, there's that mirror we knew was in the east.
3-eyed rock, but no flute.
Yeah, our runners would like water. Very not necessarily required, but it always feels scary going to GP without it, and especially since they don't yet have a source of down stab. Jump spell is trophy blocked as Coper picks up a cross. I don't think either runner actually went in to get that hint for the trophy.
And is this a caldera or volcano biome?
Could be. I didn't get a clear sight of it. Runners are so efficient at moving. Oop, that's an invincible enemy. Yeah, it is definitely looking like a volcano. Which is gonna stink having to go through without fairy spell. We saw yesterday that can be problematic. But Coper definitely gonna take a look at 3-eyed rock before going through the volcano. Might as well check everything you have before leaving. Ooh, nice Thundercast. 450 experience for it.
Here's New Kasuto.
Very nice. Here's our water as well. So Coper can turn back and get his fairy spell before having to go through the valley. Oh, and reflect. Okay, well, that's everything. Welcome to Go Mode.
Yeah, Grandma was being kind today.
All you had to do was stick your face into that P5 and the whole scene kind of fell apart. So both runners going to have everything they need pretty shortly. And it's going to come down to execution.
don't think we've seen any palace here on the east just yet.
No, I think they're all. There's the one in the volcano, and the other two are going to be on the far side, which is a little bit unfortunate because it means that you'll probably have to double dip, possibly what Koper could do now. Since he's got Reflect, he's going to have Fairy in a second. There's a life spell. It's just up a now. Do all the Western palaces. Yeah, and then hope GP is on the far side of the volcano. That does mean that it's a little bit faster overall, but it does mean that you have to do 5 and 6 first, and he's still on attack 3, so might be a decision that he decides not to make.
Well, you can do P4 in the middle of that, so you'll get a little bit of help.
P4 are going to be on the easier side, but yeah, doing the double dip means that you get to do the easy palaces first, and you'll have some more experience for the hard palaces. But upping immediately is one of those things. It's like, it's 100% the right decision as long as you don't game over. But as soon as you take like even one game over in a palace, probably you've lost any kind of time gain you got from it. So just about how much do you trust your combat? And jkoper coming back to get his fairy spell, and then we'll see, he might up A out of here. He might, if you are going to do blitz palaces, actually probably the fastest thing to do is just to go do maze first and then up A, because the raft tile is like right here.
You could, but like I was saying earlier, it's going to be on your way coming back from the west anyway.
Yeah. But it at least adds one more palace that you get to do before 5 and 6.
Yeah. But
and
Koper
it would be like a dozen steps or something like that. It's right there. It's like, it probably cost in the neighborhood of like 5, maybe 10 seconds overall in order to have an extra palace worth of experience before doing 4, 5, 6.
You got to go fast.
Yeah, I mean, jkoper is taking the route that, if well executed, is probably the fastest, but it's perilous. Very spooky. But he did gain a lot of safety. Since the last time he was in palaces, he does have shield and life. Gonna be able to get down stab. Let's see what Para decides to do now that she's done picking up all her stuff. Quick 3-eyed rock check has nothing.
Yeah, if I know Para's normal strategy, she's probably going to check the rest of this east.
Interesting. Taking magic 4 over attack 4. I had enough experience for either. Probably hoping to get fairy down before doing the valley. So taking that magic level to me is a definite sign of wanting to go do the volcano instead of upping. Because it did get fairy down cheap enough that she's got 2 casts for life. Risen P-Bag cave setting. I don't think Koper saw this. It makes sense for Para to still be checking stuff, but unfortunately, the glove not going to be here. Let's get a nice magic refill. How good is this life spell? Didn't get to see because she cast life twice. Come on. It's at least vanilla. We refilled 6 bars with 2 casts, but it could have been 3, 4, or 5. And yeah, as we were expecting, jkoper picking up his pee bag on the way, turning in his mirror. Puts him just short of Magic 4. And gonna do P4 first. This makes sense. And we'll see how generous P4 is with the items. Para's going somewhere. What you doing, Para? Going back to the maze? Going back to the maze. Okay.
No, it's checking to make sure it didn't miss anything.
Nope, there's nothing. Okay, she's got to level up. Maybe this is a time to up A? Yeah, okay.
Oh, there we go.
Cool. We're good. I'm saying you got 3 choices. You get the maze, you get the volcano, and you've got up A. And that level going to be good enough.
You got fairy.
Unfortunately, Bagu's note, not useful.
So we'll pair ahead to P4 as well.
Almost certainly. It's going to be the easiest of the palaces, and it's right on the other side of Saria here. So we'll get a reward of, I believe this is $500. Jacob.
And that child is going to get left there.
Yep, sorry, child. We don't care about you. You were useful last time. Not so much this time.
But you have to worry if there's a glove block here in P4.
Yeah, that's always the danger. jkoper's early trip into 6 paying off just as much as the early trip into 5 was. And it looks like it's a pretty free P4. The concern is Para going to dig up some items here? Already, yeah, this left for Para is a sign that she wants to get the items here, hoping to find a glove, and unfortunately it's just going to burn more time. jkoper reflecting away, but missing all these shots. Not really a ton you can do about it. And Para's path just going to loop her back. She could drop there, but I think that's also going to loop her back. I think you just got to hold right. I think all these lefts are just a bunch of nothing.
Well, if she wanted to drop, she'd have to take a death to get enough to cast Fairy.
Yeah, she did it. Ooh, Boston's dropping 1-ups is a good shout. Alright, Para now correctly identifying that this is an item room. Picks up a magic container for her efforts. Pretty good. And yeah, that way is just a dead end. We tried to make this side of the room as boring as possible. The reason that little bit at the side exists is just so you can't get trapped on the ceiling when you drop in. But the goal with that room was to make it as obvious as possible which way is the way out. We tried.
You're still going to check both ways if you don't know the room.
Yeah, it's one of those things that there's only so much you can do. That's a glove block. Good news for Para is it's not blocking forward progress. It is sending her in the correct direction. But just thinking about, do I want to stay here? Do I want to head out? Heading out would put her closer to getting that glove. Meanwhile, Koper back in 6, gonna make this his next victim. Understandably wanting to do as many palaces as possible before Guma to bulk up on some levels.
A little surprised going left here, because that was the path he took to get to the glove. Didn't know if there was any other route off of there.
Yeah, he went right before, so he can take another left, which is what he's gonna do.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Para deciding 5 is her next victim, so not going to find a glove yet either.
It might be thinking that P4 is completely glove blocked instead of just going a different way.
Nope, this was the way to go to for jkoper. Just a quick left from that drop and having attack 4 now. Oh, that's right, he found this boss previously.
Yes, that's right.
And just game over accidentally instead of fighting it. Gonna be a lot better equipped now at 445. Hopefully enough for a double level from this as well. Wouldn't take a ton. He got 700. He'd have to go back and kill a little bit more. 1,000 would do it for the double. It is 700. Yeah, so he's gonna go back and just get a little bit more experience. Hopefully this Stalfo should be it. It is.
It looks like life is the vanilla 3.
Yeah, doesn't get attack 5. This is going to be life 6, not attack 5. I wonder if jkoper's going to let it roll. I think he has at least 1 extra life in reserve too. Could make a lot of sense just to hold on to this and go take it into 5 with an extra life and try to get attack 5. He's not doing it though.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah, I mean, being able to up A, I think, is a faster route to where P5 is. Oh yeah, it's this one right next to start. It's definitely a faster route. Here with a tricky death. Unfortunately, all the flyers in this room rolled into Moa's. Ooh, but good use of the Thunder Spell. Gets rid of all the enemies and the fire.
Forced to take the drop here. Let's say, is this an item room?
I don't think so. Maybe yes. Okay.
Yes, it is.
I couldn't remember. There's a couple rooms that look like this. It's pretty obvious coming from the right side because we tried to keep a similar visual language for all of the item rooms. You know, put the iron knuckle on the ledge at the start. You know, make it real clear this is an item. Right, like they all have got their pedestal. They've got their little iron knuckle statue at the start. Try to keep the consistent visual language from vanilla to make it as obvious as possible to runners when they come in. But when you drop into the room, you don't really know as easily.
And we're still trying to figure out rooms because I know we've had races recently where I went, wait, I've never seen that room before.
Yes, there's not so many new GP rooms, but in normal palaces there are quite a number of new rooms. It's easy to have missed 1 or 2 of them.
Don't know if Koper knows that was an item room, but I don't think it really matters for him right now.
Yeah, everything he's doing is just, I'm gonna take the fastest route that I possibly can. I don't care about anything else. I'm just gonna go. And it's definitely paying off for him. This has been a very quick execution so far. And I mean, he has really everything he needs, right? Enough magic to cast Thunder, nice comfortable 6 bars of life 6. He's gonna have attack 5 at the end of this palace. You could want more, but he doesn't really need more. And especially with bosses dropping 1-ups, he is gonna get this item. See, every time I open my mouth and think, oh, I know what runners are gonna do, I'm immediately proven wrong.
He's trying to get the experience off of there because I was thinking, is he going to take a intentional death to get back to this entrance over here?
Yeah, and I think he's trying to get enough experience to see if he can get attack 5 before Guma. Para is the first one to find Guma, just taken a death to refill magic. So now the real attempt comes. Lots of magic shield, pretty good life spell. We know it's at least 3 bars. Don't know exactly how much.
It's 3.
It is exactly 3. Okay.
Yes. Para did cast it once and it filled up just 3 bars. Still left some unfilled, so we know it's 3.
Gonna be probably good enough. A little spooky coming in at attack 3, but again, is with shield spell and a couple casts of life available. Yeah, it looks like 3 casts of life available. She's just got enough to tank this. jkoper also finding Guma. So he's going to have enough experience, not enough experience of attack 5 before the boss, but enough experience to get a double level on killing it almost certainly. Nope, 300. No. Had to open my mouth. The old minus, I believe that's -2.
So no double level for either runner.
Yeah. Rough. I'm sure jkoper is going to be fine with this just being attack 5, but... Oh, he's turning around. Gotta be something worth killing here. Oh, there was a P-bag in this room. Okay, there's a P-bag and a Mago, so either of those could be enough.
Mago's going to play some defense first.
It does not want to spawn closer. This bubble going to prove an annoyance as well.
See, I would go grab that P-bag first because it doesn't move and could be enough to get the level on its own.
Yeah, the danger is that the Mago does that. Oh, also, P-bag's $50.
Does he have any lives in reserve? Yes. Yeah. So now it's just Thunder.
Yeah, he picked up at least 1 extra life. Yeah, this is probably the fastest way to do this. Just die, cast Thunder. Alright, so Para now in DM. Gonna check for the glove here. Man, this stinks. She just is checking every spot that you... I mean, it's... P6 is a 1-item P6, right? Like, it's not... You really don't want to check it. Like, it makes sense. It's not crazy. It's just, unfortunately, not right. So jkoper finishes all his palaces in the west, and just gonna do a straight line, do the maze palace, go through the volcano, do that if you can, and then do the 2 palaces in the south and to the east.
Already got the 2 toughest palaces out the way.
Yeah, the end of this should be pretty quick. Hopefully. We've seen some long P1 and 2s, but they are on average short. Like a lot of things in the randomizer, average and actual experienced value could be very different.
You see, I do the same thing. I keep going topside in this room, even though if I have like the any key. Video games have taught me to always go on the top side. Pear's looking for Hammer Cave, correct?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's hiding in here somewhere.
Yeah, if you're Pear, you cannot be feeling good at all.
No, it's just... I mean, you know stuff is glove blocked. You already got booted out of one palace from a glove block. And now you really don't want to go into another one.
I think I see the cave that would be Hammer Cave. It's the one like right north of where Spec Rock is, on the other side.
Yeah, but how to get there? I don't think she found a way up there, or at least if she did, she walked back. This cave will probably do it. Yeah, that east-facing cave, I think is it.
Bye, Horsehead. Bye, Horsehead.
Wow, that's a good attack 5. 1 hit. Stop. Last race, we needed 9 hits and attack 4. Yeah, and yeah, jkoper demonstrating at the beginning this was a little trolly, but then he sort of got everything and just absolutely putting his foot. It was 1 2 hits. I missed one of them. Okay, but just putting his foot on the gas, and I mean, we're gonna see sub-hour GP for sure at this rate.
You're so happy about that. I didn't want to correct you on it.
Yeah. jkoper didn't check this red rock before, checks it now just to make sure it's not a palace. Could be very rudely hiding a palace under 3-eyed rock. Who hides their palaces under rocks?
The same people who hide them in forests.
Fortunately, just a candle for Para, so she is slowly but surely just being funneled into P6 here. And if she wasn't happy when she found the boot, she's really not going to be happy when she finds that glove. Good news for jkoper, the 1 and 3 that GP is in the volcano did not happen. So he is going to be able to just go straight through without double dipping.
Definitely looking close to a sub-hour GP entry.
Yeah. We just, especially if these enemies keep spawning easy. Whole bunch of ropes. Got really nothing challenging. jkoper just going to hold forward and jump over everything. We could jump it over things. Para now also learning to press the down button. You'd think, you know, you go to weapon trainer, he teaches you some cool advanced sword technique. In the later games, you get spins and magic and all these sorts of things. You go to the sword trainer in Z2, and he's like, put your sword down when you're in the air.
Well, other Zelda games don't know this skill called jumping.
Yeah. There's a helmet head. That took 4 hits. Much stronger. And much deader. And yeah, for jkoper, other nice thing he can do here is not needing double dip. He can roll all of these lives into GP very easily. Just walk out with them. No need to take an up A anywhere. Just preserve all these lives. Should be able to walk into GP at 5 or 6 lives. Thunderbird is going to have another extra life. Should be very safe.
It's probably at 6, 7, 7, because obviously we're not going to up an A, so we might as well take all the experience.
Yeah. Definitely not worth burning gems when it comes to the cost of several extra lives in GP. And if you're jkoper, you know, in the same way that Para probably feels way behind, Koper, I imagine, has to feel pretty good about how he's done so far in this race. 2 early palace dips resulted in immediate finds of premium items. It takes a death to get some more Fairy V juice, but 5 lives still remaining for Koper. It would be very funny if we got the jump block, because that would require a trophy, and neither runner has gotten that hint. We do not know where it is. Although at this point, it's got to be like in a palace somewhere. Oh, trophy at Old Casino. Okay. So apparently we did get the hint and just didn't pay attention.
So I don't think we've seen Old Kusuto yet, so.
Yeah, it's going to be somewhere on the south side of this. Although it would involve a double dip back to the west. jkoper with brief detour to get his up stab.
So now you get a different swordsman telling you just keep reaching up just a little bit further when you jump.
Yeah, you know the thing you did with down? Try up.
No, Para, you don't need the kid. Oh, she doesn't know that though.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know, you might as well grab it. There's GP. We knew about that, but where is P3? It's right there. So you couldn't hide far. No items here, all business. Attack 6 just absolutely destroying everything. It is a little bit annoying if you want to roll these lives. You can't up A if you get onto a bad path in these palaces, but not too far of a walk back to where he was. And still a pretty straightforward path for jkoper. He is doubling back here, so.
But then, and this drop would probably take him back to the entrance.
Yeah, it would, no, that he already passed. He already passed through that room below. Yeah, he definitely does not want to take that drop. And thankfully, just going right gets him there no problem. So bosses for both runners. Weebo getting down stab. Karak getting reflected.
So if we're looking for a para comeback, you either need that jump block room or a lot of help from chickens.
Yeah, it would take a lot at this point, unfortunately. Jkoper had forgotten or never got the hit in the first place. Don't remember which one it was, but decides, I don't need that trophy. And we'll hope that's the case. Unless you're a para fan. All right, so yeah, just a little under 55 minutes. Yeah, 54-56. Thank you, Patrick, for tracking and noting that down. We'll see how much of a lead that gives him. Upstab required. Jkoper does have an upstab, but decides to take the lower left instead.
Yeah, less blocks in the way.
Yeah, it's just faster. I mean, I like being lower as well, too. Try to take advantage of some drops. This is just a good play all around. Hey, we were talking last time about how lots of people decided to add waffle rooms in. This was my waffle room.
The drop version.
Yeah, it is called drop waffles in the rooms file. Could be rude if you drop into the middle of it, but we had to keep the density of waffles about the same as it used to be. Oh, okay, we got a bluebird there. jkoper thinking he really does not need that extra life. Yeah, just okay, get the extra life, take the nap, at least use it as a health and magic refill. Unfortunately for jkoper, it does spawn you back down at the bottom. This room was designed to be rude.
And the blue chicken is the default enemy for that room.
Yeah, that's intentional.
But Para found her glove.
Unfortunately, about 45 minutes after jkoper did, let's put Para in a bit of an insurmountable hole. So yeah, this middle left, unfortunately, did not connect up at all. You are forced into this upstab room. And this room is a little bit annoying without jump spell. jkoper gets the stab redirect, so makes it look pretty easy. Tell you now, it is not. So, chances of sub-hour starting to tick away here for jkoper.
Don't think he's going to be worried about that after the end of this race.
Yeah, I mean, it is nice. It's an arbitrary milestone, but anytime you can get sub-hour, you're happy about it. And anytime that sub-hour looks at sight and then GP is extremely rude to you, you get a little bit sad. Not rude so far. It's a nice fairy. Going down into the valley below. Yeah, Patrick. pretty unhappy. Somehow, I think what might have been the second fastest time in the Swiss by Patrick, and did not win his race with a 48-minute time. That was Definitely one of the highlights of Swiss. Oh, sorry, Koper. Gotta take a death. No dash spell in this flag set. Fairy the only way across this lake.
I think he can afford that death.
Yeah. I am a little sad that one of the gaps there is one block larger than the other, so that you can't get across it with dash only. You do need dash and jump when dash is around. So Para, similarly to jkoper, finishing her 3 palaces in the west. But going into the volcano before doing the maze palace, interesting. Probably not going to be terribly relevant. Oh, look, more birds. That's a bird breaking his way out. Quick cast shield.
Yeah, I think Koper was trying to catch it where he could stab it from above, but those birds can clip.
Yep. You could do the reverse no problem, stab them in the feet, because they can only clip upward. But they're wise in the way of people trying to stab them in the face. Another fairy block. So all these lives coming in handy for jkoper as he takes yet another bath in the lava to refill his magic. Still no sign of Thunderbird. Seen quite a few rooms. Hera very close to tracker percent on her own tracker that contains quite a few additional items. Just need a trophy and a jump spell. Alright, here's a Thunderbird. And I think it's going to be another death for jkoper. So yeah, really glad that he rolled all of these lives together coming into GP, as he has already died, I believe, 4 times in this palace.
I think 3 intentional, and then the 1 to the blue chicken in the refill room.
Yeah, that one at least came with an extra life and compensation. But, okay, it does get enough for shield, but no reflect.
Almost 2 bars on that bop.
It could have been a lot worse without shield. Right, Para does get the trophy. Para going to turn around for jump. I think this is reasonable in the sense that if you're Para and you think, oh my god, I am so unbelievably far behind, you gotta be like hoping for the jump block in GP. And so this kind of makes sense, and then it's just grasping for some kind of a potential out. But honestly, at this point, I think jkoper is so far ahead that even if that jump club block were there, he could go back for it and still be pretty far ahead. Although if jkoper does have to leave and come back, the lack of lives could be an issue. He has really just powered his way through this GP, but this could be a tough route without, 6 or 7 lives in your bag. Cooper just giving that bird a little poke in the feet. No! Go away! Parrot into one. jkoper's path still completely linear here. Finds a fork finally, but it just immediately dead ends. Back to the only way.
There we go.
Yeah, because it had to be Dark Link pretty soon here, and here it is.
How many lives did he...
Game over on Dark Link here. Yeah, he's got, I think, at least 2 left.
But he went through like 5 or 6 lives just to get here.
Yeah, it's you know, it's good strategy. His decision to just roll all the palaces together and not take up A's probably cost him a little bit of time, maybe. Certainly at the start of GP, he had to do that one walk back, but it's just so much safety. And Cooper finishing up official time 1:04.56. I do appreciate this custom ending for Trogdor. Trogdor saves nobody, it does nothing. And yeah, pretty quick times. A little bit slow in 5 and 6, understandable with the double dip. And yeah, 10 minutes in GP. Just a testament to how kind of mean it was. If you had to do that with 3 lives, you would have had to go even slower to be safe. But we're thankfully able to just body his way through, gets through no issues. Hopefully joining us in just a second for an interview. Yeah, 6 minutes 32, the glove time for Cooper, and Para is somewhere past 50 minutes, unfortunately.
Seeing a response from Cooper just yet.
He put his headphones on, which usually means that he's getting set up. Yeah, there's jkoper. And we've got jkoper in with his GG.
Thank you.
So the dip into 6.
Oh.
What was the thinking?
I was thinking I walked all the way here, and I've got the key. Might as well check it out and see if there's something easy to get. My thinking inside 6 was, man, I just want to get this attack level, and then I'll go beat Barba, and that didn't happen, so whatever.
Yeah, it was very rude. You had that, you needed like a little bit of experience, and the 2 enemies in a row gave you drops instead of experience.
Yeah, and then I had to fight something I didn't want to fight, the Knocker or something. I'm just gonna try to lock him if I can. I don't think it's gonna work, but yeah, if I were good at the game, then maybe.
Yeah, unfortunately for Para, you found that glove fairly early, and Para more or less last locationed it and just fell way behind because of that.
Yeah, I mean, the seed was very, very easy for me. obviously. So
Yeah, I mean, if you found the boots and the glove, you sort of went east, and then it just gave you everything, and it's just go mode. GP could have been nasty. I think we counted. Was that 4 or 5 deaths?
yeah, I don't know. It was rough because of only 5 bars of magic, but otherwise, you know, I had a very good life spell and everything like that. So
Yeah, and
um,
we definitely rolling all those palaces together at the end and coming in with a bunch of lives. I imagine if you didn't have those lives, it would have played a little bit safer.
yeah, I would have probably done something a little different. I don't know. It's hard to speculate. That was certainly the reason why I didn't up an A out of that first dead end, though.
Yeah.
Like at least 5 lives, and I at least use them. And yeah, I was certainly needing the lives. I probably would have been okay with the 3 lives because, you know, Thunderbird would have dropped a life, and I'm sure I still had several lives left at the end. It says times 3. Does that mean that's what I finished with?
Yeah, that's how many lives you had left at the end. So.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know. You know, if Para had found that glove like I did, I mean, it was very easy to find if you had just had to take that one left. It was right there, right? So.
Yeah, this absolutely could have been just a full execution race.
Yeah. But yeah, I spent a little time, you know, grinding the end of a level a couple times, because they were so close. And I certainly could have not done that, I guess. But it was tempting to skip it, given that lives were very plentiful, and you know, the life spell was also very good. So, but at the same time, I don't know. Like I said, I guess I have 6 magic jars. Man, it felt like 5.
No, it was 6 hearts, 5 jars.
Oh, that's my life spells. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I looked at the magic level instead of the magic containers. Yeah, it was just 5 jars.
Para got 2 extras just in some of the other stuff she had checked, but they were not in convenient places. Sort of just the seed wanted to just go with what you had.
Yeah. Yeah, I checked Old Kasuto at the end to see if it had an extra magic jar or heart, just in case, and then it did have the trophy, which was great news because that was the only other thing that could have like logically blocked me was the jump spell. So it was good to know where that was in case I needed to hop out of GP. I could have grabbed that quick and went and got jump. But
yeah, would have been a little annoying just because of the walk back, but you were ahead enough at that point that it wouldn't have been the end of the world.
Yeah. How many gems did she have when I finished?
As she was just placing her 4th.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like that last location was like last location. She
ran into a glove block in P4 because she was right behind you at that point. But like I said, ran to the glove block in P4 and then immediately left and searched everywhere else for the glove.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't that much we could do, though, I guess. I imagined that she looked for Hammer Cave, though. It sounds like.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did Hammer Cave, looked for some of the items from the other palaces that had items.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, some of the other palaces were either glove blocked or you looked like they had glove blocks. It's always a little bit difficult to say, you know, without fully exploring the palace. Sometimes you see a glove block and you're like, well, can I get around this? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the glove lock in 4 basically helps her because she wasn't going to finish it. The reflect was in the east. So,
yeah.
And then not being able to finish 5, I don't know. I mean, that's a little more annoying, but don't know what her levels were like then. Yeah, once I got up to attack 3, then the seed felt pretty good. So it's pretty sad that attack 2 not being able to kill a bot.
Yeah, you both had the option to try and do 5 and 6 early, and I know both of you passed up on actually trying to clear 5 at super low levels, understandably. You were trying to do 6, but got a Doom Knocker that stunk, but
yeah.
Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. Certainly, if I would have killed that Doom Knocker, I mean, could have saved probably close to 5 minutes on this seed. Yeah,
attack 3 probably wouldn't have been too bad. I mean, it's a little bit slow, but it's a lot faster than attack 2. The early levels are such a huge gain, relatively speaking.
Yeah, so that pretty much entirely explains the time in Palace 6 is the game over there and stuff, and then Palace 5 was just lawn, I guess. Because the first time in, I just went to the boots and got out of there. The double dip didn't really take that much time. When you say you're gonna have to dip 5 and 6 both very early, it sounds difficult, but those items were just right there. So yeah, they were very, very free, very obvious. I think that the glove wasn't even key blocked at all. I could have just grabbed it immediately. Or not the glove, the boots, I mean. In 5. Yeah, it was just right there. You don't even need a key. I mean, you had to do that little loop around, but right. Not just a little bit extra time, not gonna cost you anything. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know what else. Is there anything else interesting to see? I grabbed the hammer just in case I needed it. I didn't know, so it was good that I had the mirror too, I guess, for that peace of mind. Yeah, at the very least, it didn't cost you very much when you turned the mirror in anyway, because you had to go through to the other side of that mountain anyway. So just turning the mirror in, sort of just on the way, and you got a P bag out of the process too. Yeah. Yeah. Good thing I picked up upstab too. I made a slight consideration to skip it, and I was like, I better look and see what's here and grab upstab. Yeah, it was required immediately. Yeah, immediately. It is nice when it's required immediately, rather than making you go through the whole palace to find that out.
All right. Well, next up for you is the number 1 seed Big Slamoo.
Yeah, it should be fun.
I'm excited.
Sure. Sounds like a good time. So, we'll have to get some races scheduled. I don't expect we'll have issues, but I assume they're probably going to be late night, but who knows what his schedule is exactly like. We'll find out. So yeah, should be fun. Guess that's about it. I don't know what Bear's up to now.
She's still running it. She has not forfeited yet, so actually we're probably going to raid over to her channel. But do want to say thank you and GG to you, jkoper. And Thank you. I know she'll have to hear it after she watches it back, but thank you to Para as well. Also want to thank our tracker, BKPKT Patrick, for work behind the scenes. And thank you, Elendar, for joining me in the commentary booth.
Yeah, it looks like Para's almost there. So, thanks guys for the commentary and tracking and putting on the restream and everything. So, she should be done within a minute or two, I assume.
We'll go over there and Raider anyway, just in case, since you're on for the last little bit. The next Z2R race, we have one scheduled for noon Eastern time tomorrow. So just for your time zone, that will be either here on ZSR or on my personal channel. That is the God One versus Top Life, their game 2. But other than that, thank you for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.